I created this all matte look using the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette, and if you'd like to see how I created this look, keep watching. So I've already primed my eyes with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, as well as done my brows, and I'm using the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. And this look was inspired by Miss Mercy on Instagram. This is the pic, and I also watched her YouTube video as well, and I'll also link that down below. So starting in with the first shade that she used and that I will be using is this nude brown shade. I'm going to add that in my crease. And then next I'll go in with this chocolate brown shade. And then I'll go in next with this orange shade, and I'll add that also in my crease, as well as the outer V, and blend inwards. So at this point I started to get a little nervous and was pretty worried that my look wasn't turning out like hers, but I decided to keep going. So I'm using this shade, which is almost like a black, but it's more of an ashy black, so it's more of a grayish black, I would say. And next I'm going to use this burgundy shade. And I don't know who just came in the room and said something to me, but you know, I gave them a look. And so I'm adding the burgundy shade to my crease as well with a pencil brush, and I'm gently and slowly blending it with windshield wiper motions. And then I just go back in with the orange shade, and I use that to help me blend the burgundy up into my crease. And then next I'll go in with this black shade in the bottom left hand corner of the palette, and I'm going to add that right over the grayish black, and I'm going to add that to the outer V only. I'm not going to blend that shadow in. So I left some portions of this video in real time just so you can see that some portions are sped up and some are in real time, and you can see how slow I'm moving and how much time it takes to blend out the shadows to give you pigmentation. So if you're having a hard time with blending and your looks aren't turning out like others, it all takes time. So now it's time to cut the crease. I'm just cutting the crease with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And then I do go in and blend that concealer out as well with my finger. I like to blend out with my finger so that I can feel whether the concealer is still wet or dry, because it does help with the blend. And then now I'll go in with the burgundy shade again, and in her video she did tapping motions just like I'm doing now, and that was a really good tip. I do like doing that tapping motion. It doesn't apply too much pigment onto the eye at one time. And then next I'll go in with the white shade in the bottom right hand corner of the palette and add that to the inner portion of my eye. And then I do go back and forth with blending the burgundy, the white, and the black so that they all transition well into each other. And as you can see here, I go back into the burgundy and then back into that white again. So I decided to do the other eye off camera as well as lashes and liner. And here we are, we have both eyes done, and I also added my lashes. And for face application, I am using this is the Bobbi Brown face base. It's a sample that I got from Sephora, which I actually love, and I just can't afford $60 for a face primer, so I'm just going to keep getting samples. And now that that primer is all blended in, I do wait some time before I go from primer to foundation to let that primer soak into my skin, because I do have dry places on my face. And I also picked up this Morphe sponge from Ulta recently, and that's what I'll be using today. And for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match in N8, which is cappuccino. And I'm just going to add that to my face and then blend it out with that Morphe blending sponge. And for concealer, I am using my MAC 24 Hour Wear Concealer, just adding that under my eyes. Since the foundation is very dark, I decided to go in with a neutral tone concealer, and I'm also going to conceal down the bridge of my nose as well, and then blend that out with that Morphe sponge. Next, I'm going to contour my nose with the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Truffle, as well as contour out my cheeks, and then I'll blend that as well. And I'm using the Fenty setting powder in Honey to set under my eyes as well as the bridge of my nose. And to set the rest of my face, I'm using my Black Radiance finishing powder in Milk Chocolate. And I'm just going to dust all that powder from my nose away. And to set the contour, I'm using my CoverGirl Ebony Bronzer. And I'm just going to go back in with this orange shade just to add under my eyes to my bottom lash line, just towards the inner portion. And then I'll go in with that grayish black to add that to the outer portion of my bottom lash line. And for highlighter, I am using the Juvia's Place highlighter in Nefertiti and just adding that to all the places that I like to highlight. And I also did go in and set my face with my setting spray, and that's why you see a little shine on my face. But I'm just adding that highlighter to my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And I'm just going to line my lips with the Crayon Case lip liner in Bear. And for the lipstick, I'm using also the Crayon Case in the shade Gumbo. And that is the final look. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I do enjoy recreating other artists' looks, and be sure to tag Mercy in the comment section, and also like her and follow her as well. And I hope that you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload videos, and I will see you in the next video.